Sighting a leopard is normally not easy, and tracking it for 2 days is quite rare. But it's a totally different story when you see the characters of Lion King coming in to visit a leopard feeding on a hippo. After a warm welcome in Linyanti camp, we set off for our first game drive in the evening. The helmeted guinea fowls were in a flutter, and sure enough, there was the big cat.
Looks quite small.
This was a fully grown male leopard and maybe 10 years old. That makes him quite old, our guide explained. We then started tracking him from that evening along the marshy tract of the Linyanti river till he finally disappeared into the tall savanna grasses. We stopped at the other end of the river to watch the elephants when one of us suddenly spotted the leopard emerging from behind.
He's going in the bush.
The elephants chased the leopard deep into the bush, and it was quite difficult to spot him till he actually emerged from the mopane trees. We ducked the mopane trees that were in our way just to catch up with him. The Linyanti marshes give way to the Kalahari sands, and the mopane trees actually thrive on these desert sands.
Can we stay here all night?
He's not done with us.
Oh my God.
He scratched a bit off this tree. Oh gosh, this was kind of...
We were too mesmerized until the go-away bird literally drove us into the sunset. Day 2, we started tracking the vultures that led us to... How many days would he have? That elephant carcass is about 6 days old, and now the vultures were circling round. Maybe it's to another spot, and there we found the hippo, a carcass of a hippo. And sure enough, Emmanuel had guessed it. He was there, right there. He had already started feeding on the hippo.
Oh, that's a beauty.
So now it's obvious that he was on the prowl for food in the previous evening. And this was quite a few miles from the riverbank, so he must have walked all night. question was, how did that hippo actually die?
Oh my god.
Emmanuel then got the information from the other guides that there was a fight between the hippos and he died in the river, and then the anti-poachers actually dragged him all the way to this field.
The way he's tugging. He's taking snacky bites.
Oh, he's injured on his
Every time he retreated to the shade, he would be on his guard, trying to ensure that no one else gets to his meal. Our day did not end with the cranes flying into the sunset. This time we went back to the same spot to find the leopards still feeding and made plans post-dinner. Our night drive was very different. We discovered this couple preening each other up on a tree. And Emmanuel just about warned us we might find predators.
That's well spotted.
The pack of hyenas had driven away the leopard. Day 3, we got back to the site first thing in the morning to find the hyenas had ripped away all the flesh from the hippo.
You can see he's not so skinny anymore.
Yeah, he's put on tons of weight.
He's getting a little bit obese.
This one looks like his tummy is full, but he's still not giving up. He's still on his guards, and if we look around, the vultures are still there on the trees all around that entire field.
Yeah. Oh, they're just picking on whatever's there.
These were the ground hornbills. They were the first to get in. Previous evening, there were some female leopard tracks in our camp, but we know leopards are solitary animals.
Warthogs at the back, eyeing the carcass and pull. The baboons they're not able to get a bite.
Now we could see warthogs and baboons gathering on the edge of the field.
He's seen them. Warthogs are approaching, yeah. The two kids and mother.
We named this warthog Pumba, and she kept us guessing about her plans as she approached the leopard.
This is too interesting. And the baboons are he's not bothered. He's not eating, he's just pretending. He's Let's have a fight. Let's have a fight. She's got. The male is a total coward.
We waited for hours. By then, the male had already left and the female was still pursuing the leopard.
But she knows he can eat her too. Or he'll go away or share it with him. She's hoping he'll allow her. Total persistent.
It was like a theatre. The impalas in the background, the baboons climbing up the trees, and Pumbaa the warthog still holding her ground.
That's the baboon barking from the tree.
No, now they knew where he went.
This one is so persistent.
Okay, why didn't that work?
So the barking baboons and the warthogs, their whole plan was to intimidate the leopard and drive him away from their territory.
Everyone will land. And then there is the ground hornbills waiting.
The next part of the story belonged to the vultures. First the ground hornbills, and then let's wait and see.
The hyenas made a big mess. They've littered the entire area.
We waited and learnt about 4 different types of vultures.
Landed.
Leopard and the white-hooded vultures were less common, while the white-backed and hooded vultures were more common.
Landed. But they're yet to start.
After the first 2 landed, they all started sailing in all at once.
It's like from all over. All the trees.
And then the marabou stork also joined them. And now together we had 4 of the 5 ugly ones, which is the marabou stork, the vultures, and then there was the warthog, and yesterday it was the hyenas. They piled on top of each other, and then suddenly
And there's one staying.
and in a split second they were back again at it, fighting over the food. And for us, it was like watching the circle of life.
There's a tug of war on. Yeah.
Welcome to Linyanti. I say welcome to Linyanti. Enjoy.
And all this was made possible by. So do subscribe and follow us next on Tracking Lions along Okavango.